occasion we all relish as football fans. Non-stop hype all week long, and now for the action. Hello and welcome, and as ever, green is the colour you simply can't miss here at the Estadio Benito Villamarín. I'm Derek Ray here at the microphone, and sitting alongside me is the former England international Sue Smith. And what we have coming up for you is action from La Liga EA Sports. It's Real Betis facing Real Madrid.
I'm anticipating a good match today. It's important they get off to a good start, play their way into the game, be confident on the ball, and hopefully we won't be disappointed.
Juan Camilo Hernandez. Interesting pass. And that'll run through to the keeper. Well, no mistake from the keeper, acting decisively. And the starting players for Real Madrid. Thibaut Courtois is in goal. Jude Bellingham starts alongside Federico Valverde in central midfield. And it's two strikers up front who will look to provide the goal-scoring threat. You can sense the threat is there.
Yeah, the back line are getting dragged all over here.
Excellent defending. Luis Diaz. Seizing ball in. Nice looking move. Well, the keeper has outdone himself. Wonderful save. Mauro Junior. And in the right position to make sure it didn't go all the way through. Released it nicely. Out of play and a Betis throw-in forthcoming. And the pass was just that little bit off. Nearly found its target. Very effective pass. Tar. Luis Diaz. And a textbook interception. Hector Bellerin. Might be able to set up the chance. Offside it is, but he needed sharp eyes to make that decision.
Well, I thought he timed his run perfectly here. Incredibly close, but just about the correct decision, I think.
Fornals. Well, that one has promise. Intelligent defending.
Yeah, spotted what was happening there, didn't he?
Tar. Federico Valverde. Fine build-up play. Very quick thinking there. Well, using the space really well, but now can they push on? To put them ahead, and a fine stop to turn the ball away.
Well, they've certainly been positive in their play, haven't they? But for that really good save, they'd be in the lead now.
Bellingham. Jude Bellingham. That's a nice ball. Maybe dangerous here. And that's handled without any trouble at all. And it took a little nick before it went over the touchline. So a throw in here. Mauro Junior. Well read to win possession back. Mbappe. Fidalgo. Juan Camilo Hernandez. And Real come away with it. Luis Diaz. Plenty of support here. And crossed in the direction of the back post. Danger still on. Oh, tremendous header that time. But the goalkeeper was there. Well, Betis have it back now. Mauro Junior. Ezalzouli. Good visualization and execution. Mbappe. Oh, got into position brilliantly. That's a good-looking pass. And there is the whistle for half-time here in Seville. So underway again here, and after a quiet first half, things can only get better. Oh, tremendous vision. And that'll be a Betis throw-in. And players waiting in the centre. Well, high-quality defending. Teammates available. What can Real do from this position? A disappointing end to the move. And the counter-attack looks on. Opportunity here. And fine goalkeeping. Well, there's been so much talk about a potential transfer, but it's potential no more. It's fact.
Yeah, and I think this is a bargain. The club's going to be so pleased with their business. I'm looking forward to seeing him play, and hopefully he'll start off really well.
Valverde. It's with Amin. Defensive Brazilians to shut them down. Well, here's one for you to look forward to. The first leg of a Europa League round of 16 tie on EA TV. It's Real Betis, and they'll be facing Paris FC.
Yeah, down to the last 16. It's a big chance to get through. I think it'll be really competitive. Definitely worth a watch.
Must be! Thwarted by the post. And in the end, no damage done. Rewarded for that brilliant high press.
Well, that was close to going in, and you just think that would have given them a nice cushion to work with. As it is, though, the game's still very much in the balance.
Yes, in possession again, and maybe another opportunity developing here. Substitution for Real Madrid. It was a menacing attack, but tidied up.
Yeah, you can clearly see they work on their shape out of possession, can't you?
This could be the equaliser. And a solid stop there. Ezalzouli. Now we have a mouth-watering tussle from La Liga coming up for you here on EA TV. It's Real Madrid facing Getafe.
Yeah, the fixtures coming thick and fast there. It should be a good game, that, though.
Now, options are plenty. Well, not covering himself in glory defensively. It's always likely to be the goalkeeper's ball. And showing good game awareness. Oh, this looks useful. Chance to equalise. And you've got to credit that magnificent piece of defending. Hello and a warm welcome to one of the great football cities, Seville. We find ourselves at the Estadio Benito Villamarín. I'm Derek Ray in the commentary position, and I'm joined for expert analysis by Sue Smith. And what we have coming up for you is action from La Liga EA Sports. It's... Oh, chance! And a goal! Not bad! Hello and welcome to Seville. Welcome to the Estadio Benito Villamarín. I'm Derek Ray here at the microphone, and sitting alongside me is the former England international Sue Smith. And coming up, pulsating action from La Liga EA Sports. It's Real Betis, and they take on Real Madrid.
It's a pleasure to be here, anticipating a good game today and an atmosphere to match. Certainly been buzzing in here ahead of kick-off. Hopefully we're not disappointed.
And here's the starting 11 for Real Betis.
They are lining up in a 4-3-3 system, and with this it naturally creates triangles all over the pitch. So it means lots of options for players. It does allow them to get forward and support the attacks as well.
And here's the starting 11 for Real Madrid. Thibaut Courtois is in goal. Jude Bellingham starts alongside Federico Valverde in central midfield. And so many different ways to configure an attack. In this case, it'll be two men up front. Opportunity here. A truly magnificent start. An early goal in the game. Just what they were hoping to produce.
Well, this is a neat and tidy finish. His movement is great. He finds a yard of space, and then it's so composed.
So underway again here, 1-0 the score. Mauro Junior. Fidalgo. Good patience. To level matters. Well, that's really sound. Oh, pushed onto the woodwork. And a simple clearance, a good one.
Yeah, sometimes you don't need finesse, do you? It's just about getting rid.
And it's a quality pass. Oh, it looked really promising for them. Well, no point in stopping play, advantage with them. Showing good situational awareness. It's with Amin. That's a good-looking pass. Juan Camilo Hernandez. Mauro Junior. We're getting the ball forward. This could be troublesome. Not out of the woods yet. And in the end, no damage done.
Well, they've come so close to equalising, haven't they? Just need to keep putting the pressure on, and I'm sure they'll get the goal that they fully deserve.
Well, pushing again for a goal, looking full of purpose. Well, can they open up the defence here? Amin on the ball. And considerable space afforded Real Madrid. Oh, great vision. Oh, a fine block. Hector Bellerin. And a clever piece of defending. Space for Real out wide. Oh, chance! Abdessamad Al-Zuli. And Mauro Junior with it. Juan Camilo Hernandez. Real find themselves in a position of menace, but they took care of the situation defensively. Mauro Junior. Good through ball. Very effective passing sequence. Valverde. Mbappe with it. Beautifully weighted ball. Can he? And fantastic hands to deny that effort.
Yeah, that's what you want from your keeper. Sharp reflexes and quick thinking. He's done so well there.
And over comes the corner. And not an attempt he'll be terribly proud of. Well, the defenders know they need to get tighter. Can't really allow runs like that. Perfect tackle. Juan Camilo Hernandez. And nicely over the top. Drifting in off the flank. Well, nothing comes of it. It looked promising. Well, good idea. Real in a good position out wide. Jude Bellingham. Well, the keeper wanted to take it cleanly and did. Abdessamad Al-Zuli. And Mauro Junior with it. Betis with the ball again. A good vision there. Has to score. There it is. And he could scarcely have had an easier finish.
Well, we can see it here again. I'm not sure he'll have a simpler finish all season. Defensively not good enough to allow that to happen. But he won't care about that.
Going to be all for the first half. We're at the midway point here at the Estadio Benito Villamarín. And off we go again. The second half has begun. Fidalgo. Well, a classic example of how to intercept. And support available. That's a super piece of defending.
Yeah, really well organised off the ball there.
Now counter-attacking possibilities. Well, it broke down, alas. Well, here's one for you to look forward to. The first leg of the Europa League round of 16 tie on EA TV. It's Real Betis, and they'll be facing Paris FC.
Yeah, down to the last 16. It's a big chance to get through. I think it'll be really competitive. Definitely worth a watch.
Good-looking move. Very quick thinking there. Juan Camilo Hernandez. And fed forwards. Can they do it? And the keeper parried it away in style. Can they create something? And that's handled without any trouble at all. Trent Alexander-Arnold. Mbappe with it. Well, we can give them high marks for their passing, but can they make this pressure count?
Yeah, great intensity, isn't it?
Mbappe. It's a weighted pass. Well, deemed to be offside by the merest of margins.
Oh, it was. That's so unlucky. A really tight call. Great movement, so we'll be frustrated. But it was the right decision.
Juan Camilo Hernandez. Betis unable to hang on to it. An exciting La Liga match in prospect here on EA TV. It's Real Madrid facing Getafe.
Yeah, it should be a cracker, that. Certainly worth watching.
Might be onto something with that ball. Fantastic work to thwart the danger. Valverde. Oh, that was a dreadful tackle. And beyond the byline, goal kick then. Federico Valverde. Oh, it looked really promising for them. Well, he's certainly not alone. to Bellerin. Just 20 minutes remaining now. Well, it's a textbook example of dynamic passing.
Yeah, they move it well, don't they?
Now he must favour the cross. Challenge sending the ball over the touchline. Well, that's splendid play. And collected with considerable ease. Aurélien Tchouameni. Trent Alexander-Arnold. Can they forge ahead? Magnificent defending. Well, this could be a chance for Real Madrid to jump ahead from a corner. Playing it in. And taking it without any trouble at all. Juan Camilo Hernandez. And Mauro Junior with it. Well, there to intercept.
Yeah, anticipated well there. He was onto that in a flash.
Well, he could break at pace. Well, unfortunately, it fizzled out in the end. Just 10 minutes remaining here. Neither side able to keep the ball.
Well, what an atmosphere inside here. The fans are really getting behind them. They want to win this as much as the players. There's so little time left now.
Well, potential danger. Fornals. Giovanni Lo Celso. Ezalzouli. Intercepted effortlessly. Is it going to be? It's a neat move. Well, that's the sign of a well-organised defence. On the attack, is there to be late excitement? Well, nothing comes of it. It looked promising. Nice looking pass. Federico Valverde. Terrific block. And the fourth official confirming that we'll have one additional minute. Hello and welcome to the most vast stadium in Andalusia, the Estadio Benito Villamarin here in Seville. I'm Derek Ray, and joining me for commentary is the former England international Sue Smith. An action coming up from the Spanish top division, La Liga. It's Real Betis, and they take on Real Madrid.
Well, I can't wait for this one. Both sets of fans are certainly up for it. I'm sure that that'll give the players a real boost. They'll be hoping to start the game at a fast tempo.
And out of play for what will be a Betis throw. And the starting players for Real Madrid. Thibaut Courtois begins in goal. Jude Bellingham starts alongside Federico Valverde in central midfield. And so many different ways to configure an attack. In this case, it'll be two men up front. Real Madrid have given it away. Juan Camilo Hernandez. And moving it forward. Oh, good play this. Composed and patient passing. Can they forge ahead? A lot to look forward to tonight. We're at the Estadio Benito Villamarin. I'm Derek Ray, and sharing commentary duties with me today is Sue Smith. And on the menu for you today, live action from La Liga EA Sports. It's Real Betis facing Real Madrid. Well, he couldn't worry the keeper with that effort. And the lineup for the home side.
They are lining up in a 4-3-3 system, and with this, it naturally creates triangles all over the pitch. So it means lots of options for players. It does allow them to get forward and support the attacks as well.
And here's the starting 11 for Real Madrid. Thibaut Courtois is in goal. Jude Bellingham starts alongside Federico Valverde in central midfield. And it's two strikers up front who will look to provide the goal-scoring threat. You saw the situation developing, distributing it well. Oh, great vision. He got a good palm on it. Juan Camilo Hernandez. Fidalgo. Well, you can probably see why we're focusing on this fellow as one to watch. In particular, what do you expect to see from him?
Yeah, he's done really well since joining them. He's the club's top scorer. The fans seem to love him too. The defence are going to have to try and stop him somehow. Maybe restrict the supply line, because he's deadly when he gets a chance in front of goal.
So a throw in for Real Madrid. And decent acreage for Real Madrid to run into. But timely defending when it mattered. Mbappe. Wonderfully weighted pass. Fidalgo. Good looking cross. Now the attack fizzled out.
Yeah, good work. That knew exactly what was happening. The shape was good there, out possession.
And passing it well. Foul, but rightly play on. Fidalgo. Juan Camilo Hernandez. Well, the intention was admirable, but just a bit too much on it in the end, and that'll be a throw-in. Valverde. And he stopped them in their tracks. Valverde. Beautifully weighted ball. Priority was to hang on to the ball, which he did. And successfully cut out. Trent Alexander-Arnold. Oh, nice ball over the top. And the flag has gone up here, offside the decision. Anthony. And a lot to like about this attack. Well, it's pass after pass, keeping their opponents thinking. Really fine piece of defending play to break us up.
Yeah, I like the approach play, but just lacked that final pass, didn't they?
Jude Bellingham. Alexander-Arnold. Looking for the final pass that will open things up. Good ball over the top. Crossing opportunity. Diaz. Perhaps an opportunity here for Real Madrid to take the lead. Corner. Over it comes. And really, it had to be further away from the keeper.
As you can see, the stats say it all. Neither side have had enough quality in the last third. They've lacked a final pass. Hopefully this game picks up.
Meat and drink to the Belgian. Jude Bellingham. Here's Mbappe. And threaded through by Mbappe. Not a great pass.
Yeah, they'll be disappointed with that. No need to lose it there.
Beautiful pass. Luis Diaz. Well, there it is, half-time. Well, it was a most enjoyable first half. What will the second half bring us? Intercepted effortlessly. Alexander-Arnold. In position. Oh, brilliant goalkeeping. And there's the delivery. And it took a touch off the defender, so it will be a corner. Keeper did his job to begin with. Threat over for now, it seems. Well, here's one for you to look forward to. The first leg of the Europa League round of 16 tie.
Oh, they're in on goal here.
Well, still danger. That's a good-looking pass. That's a good-looking ball. And taken cleanly by the keeper. He's on the run. Chances on. Real Madrid unable to hang on to the ball. Juan Camilo Hernandez. Fidalgo. Good conditions for the counter. Fornals. Well, a passing sequence that's easy on the eye. Oh, the challenge was spot on.
Oh, it's lovely that. He does well.
And into the last 30 minutes now. More action from La Liga coming up for you live here on EA TV. It's Real Madrid facing Getafe. Fornals. Juan Camilo Hernandez. Clever defending. Mbappe. Trent Alexander-Arnold. Showing good situational awareness. No fluency from either side. Valverde. Well, he was closely marked, but the header well off target. Both managers deciding this is the time to change things around. Both teams going to the bench. Fornals. Just 20 minutes remaining now. Went in strongly, decisively. Amin. Ezalzouli. And Mauro Junior with it. Juan Camilo Hernandez. Pablo Fornals with it. Or can they prize them open now?
Yeah, great movement, isn't it?
Well, they kept their shape defensively. Job done for now. Could catch them on the break. Well, they couldn't quite use that break in the manner that they'd hoped. Juan Camilo Hernandez. Well, it's such an eye-catching series of passes. Interesting pass. And deflected beyond the byline, so a corner here.
Well, just listen to that roar. It's been quiet for a while, but this is a chance, and they're trying to push the team to take the lead.
And a fine tackle. Can he put them in front? And that's tidy work to push it to safety. Trent Alexander-Arnold. Given away by Real Madrid. Promising pass. The emphasis very much on attack. But nothing comes of it. Good visualization and execution. Valverde. And danger dealt with for now.
Take no risks and just get it out of harm's way. Definitely the smart choice.
Can he play it in? Can they set up a chance? And there it breaks down, but credit to the defence. So a throw in here. Hello and welcome to a real monument of a football stadium. First opened back in 1929, the Estadio Benito Villamarin. I'm Derek Ray here on the commentary box, and joining me to provide expert analysis is the former England attacker Sue Smith. And coming up, pulsating action from La Liga EA Sports. It's Real Betis, and they take on Real Madrid.
I'm anticipating a good match today. It's important they get off to a good start, play their way into the game, be confident on the ball, and hopefully we won't be disappointed.
Ezalzouli. And here's the starting 11 for Real Betis.
Yeah, it looks like a 4-3-3, and they are really good out wide. The relationships with both wingers and fullbacks are great, and the latter constantly providing overlaps to create 2v1 situations. Both have got good delivery, so it's just about getting on the end of things.
And here's the starting 11 for Real Madrid. Thibaut Courtois is the keeper of choice. Jude Bellingham starts alongside Federico Valverde in central midfield. And the story in attack is one of a strike partnership. Well, Jude Bellingham has become one of the finest all-around midfield players in world football. That's no exaggeration. What do you expect to see from him today?
Yeah, he pulls the strings, doesn't he? He'll dictate the tempo, a very unselfish player. That's key to the way they play. I can't wait to watch him today.
Takes it on, and behind for a corner. Who's going to get on the end of it? Now opening things up. Juan Camilo Hernandez. Anthony. Fidalgo. Delightful passing.
Yeah, good teamwork, isn't it?
Well read to put an end to that attack. Well, a poor touch and unable to keep it in play. Throw in to come. Jude Bellingham. And holds on to it confidently. Anthony. And Mauro Junior with it. Fornals. Ezazuli. Juan Camilo Hernandez. The Merengues have lost the ball. Juan Camilo Hernandez. He's in here. And it's got to be. And that's tidy work to push it to safety. High pressing and good high pressing. Oh, that's a fine-looking pass. Now Bellerin. And teammates around him. Will it happen for them? And a chance for the lead. A goal! Hello and welcome. And as ever, green is the colour you simply can't miss here at the Estadio Benito Villamarín. I'm your match commentator, Derek Ray, and sitting alongside me, ready with all her tactical observations, Sue Smith. And what we have coming up for you is action from La Liga EA Sports. It's Real Betis facing Real Madrid.
Well, it's a pleasure to be here, and I'm anticipating a good game today. The coaching staff have done all they can. Now it's about taking it onto the pitch.
Crossed in quickly. Interesting pass. Ball with Pablo Fornals. Well, it's a textbook example of dynamic passing. Opportunity!